Let me start from a place that usually gets ignored. Think about how rarely you forget your speakers are there. The first few weeks with the R500, that's exactly what happens. You stop noticing the hardware and start noticing the room. This is for the kind of person who values presence over punch. You don't want sound that jumps out at you. You want sound that surrounds you naturally, without asking for attention. You've learned that real quality doesn't announce itself, it settles in and stays consistent. Before you get comfortable, take a quick look at the current price and availability. Floor-standing speakers like this tend to move quietly, and hesitation often turns into regret later. You probably had the realization slowly. Your old setup sounded exciting at first, but over time it started to feel narrow. You could hear the speakers working. You could feel the room boundaries. You adjusted placement, tweaked settings, raised volume, yet the space never fully opened up. That's when you knew it wasn't about tuning anymore. Once these are in your room, something shifts. Sound stops coming from a point and starts filling the space evenly. There's relief in that. You don't chase positioning. You don't think about where to sit. The room just works. In everyday use, the change feels effortless. Music spreads out with real separation, vocals feel present without overpowering instruments. Movie soundtracks feel scaled correctly, not bloated or thin. Gaming feels immersive because direction and distance make sense. Even quiet listening late at night still feels complete, not hollow. What really stands out is restraint. Bass feels grounded and confident without drawing attention to itself. Highs stay clean without edge. Nothing feels exaggerated, and that balance is what keeps you listening longer than you planned. Midway check, don't assume stock or pricing will sit still. Well-balanced towers like this tend to disappear once people hear them properly. If you're wondering whether tower speakers actually change how a room feels, here's the surprise benefit: they change how you relax. You stop waiting for harshness. You stop adjusting volume. Your body settles because the sound never fights you. There's a quiet pride that comes with owning something like this. The design feels timeless. The performance feels deliberate. You don't talk about specs, you just notice how much more natural everything sounds. Sound feels open and unforced. Bass feels solid without pressure. Highs stay smooth and calm. The room feels larger and fuller. Listening stays comfortable for hours. They're not small, and they're not meant for background noise. These are for people who actually care how a space sounds. Eventually, the comparison loop ends. You realize you're not chasing excitement anymore, you're choosing stability and realism. Don't let this be one of those upgrades you keep delaying, then regret when your current setup reminds you of its limits. If you're ready for speakers that disappear into the room and leave only the experience behind, trust that instinct. Check the current price, see what's available, and step into sound that finally feels settled.